Hey guys, I'm Tom Rohr, and I've been skating for over 20 years. I'm here to give you all the details that you need to know to learn tricks as fast and efficiently as possible, and of course make it fun in the process. Every trick has that one tip that you should never forget. Once you know what that is, it's in the bag. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another tutorial, guys. Today I'm teaching you Nollie Treflips, which is a difficult trick, but it feels so good once you learn how to actually catch and stomp this trick and roll away. Let's get into it. Let's start with the foot position. Okay guys, this tip was the game changer for me for this trick, and it's where you place your front foot. And I learned this from Danny Hamaguchi, who nollie trade over a picnic table. Contrary to what most people think, instead of having your toe hanging off the nose like this, you want to have it more on the board. Notice, you can see that grip tape around the edge of my foot. Normally, if your foot's hanging off like that, maybe you can see a little bit of grip, but you don't want that toe hanging way over the edge because that's going to mess up your pop, and you need pop for nollie trays. And yes, it is going to be a little bit harder to flick your board when your toe is more on the nose, but the pop is the most important part of this trick because you need to give your board time to flip in the air. So having that toe more in the center of the nose, that's what gives you the pop, and you can still flick it just fine. If your toe's hanging way off, you're going to miss the pop, and it's way easier to over-rotate the trick. It can be done that way, but notice when people do that, they just don't get the pop they need for this trick. In the long run, having your toe in the center is going to benefit you greatly. And of course, we're all different. You might have to make small adjustments depending on your feet, the length of your legs, how it's flicking for you. So it's okay if you need to shift your foot just slightly to get used to it. Now, the back foot. I like to have my back foot almost in the center of the board, maybe a little bit more toward that tail. That just makes it easier for me to rotate it all the way. If you have it more back, it's going to rotate slower. And if you have it more forward, it's going to rotate faster. So you have to make adjustments depending on how it's working. But keep in mind, if your foot's too far up, see how close together my legs are? Your balance is going to be a lot worse. So if you have it more back, it's going to be easier to have better balance. So you have to find that perfect medium. Just like I taught with Treflips, you want to have your back foot angled toward the tail. If you have your toe more on this edge, that also can help you flick it faster and rotate it faster. But if you put a little bit more on the board, it's not going to flick as fast. So if you're flicking too fast, just try to make little adjustments. Now let's talk weight distribution. In Treflips, I taught that you want to have almost all your weight on your tail, on the foot that's popping. The same applies to nollie trays. You want almost all your weight down on your front foot before you pop. Because like I said, it's so important to pop this trick. That's why it helps, like with most nollie tricks, to lean a little bit forward. This tip will help you balance so much better before any trick. Just like I've taught in other videos, as you're rolling up, you want to shift your feet into the position as you slowly bend down. That helps so much with your balance, guys. It's really, really important in skateboarding. You're going to be tempted to want to hop into the position, but try your best not to. Maybe just a little slight hop might not hurt if your feet are way apart and you need to get it in the general area, but really focus on shifting those feet. Now let's talk shoulders. Hold on. Like many straight tricks, you want your shoulders to be parallel with your board all the way throughout the trick. It's really easy on this trick to want to turn in the direction that you're going, and that's going to mess you up. So just keep them parallel with your board all the way throughout. And like I taught in my past few nollie tutorials, you want to lift your front leg up as you pop, especially with this trick. That's why you want all that weight down on your front foot before you pop, because the more force that you're putting down on it, the higher you're going to be able to jump. It's like pressure release. You've got to give your board room to rotate and to flick and to be able to catch it. And lifting your front leg gives your board that extra time. Also, if you lean too far back over your heels before you pop this trick, it's going to mess up the flick, and in most cases it makes it harder for your board to flip. However, if you lean too far over the toe side of your board's going to flip faster and probably rotate faster. You want to stay pretty square, pretty above your board. For me, it's usually a little bit safer to lean over my toes versus over my heels. Now let's talk flick. So once you pop, snap that nose, then you flick your back foot. And if you watch in slow motion, you can see I'm flicking right pretty much off that pocket, just like you do for kickflips or for nollie kickflips. And flick your foot straight back, right where that little bit of concave is. And when you pop down, but watch my foot in slow motion. It pops and it scoops this way, and then lift your front foot up. You You do want to have some weight on the back foot because that weight is going to help you flick off that edge. But like I said, nowhere near as much weight is on your front foot. It's going to take a lot of practice to learn how to land on your board, to not jump too far in front of it, not be behind it, not in front of it this way. It's a hard one, but once you figure it out, it feels so good. That's it for Nollie Trays, guys. If you want to buy this board, which was an artist-submitted design that got voted for through NARS, my new sponsor, hit the link in my description. Be sure to stick around for the key takeaways after I show you a few and do one in slow motion. Don't click away yet. Be sure to save these key takeaways. Put your front toes toward the center of the nose. Put almost all your weight down on your front foot. Shift your feet into position. Don't hop. Pop hard, scoop, and lift your front leg up. And finally, flick your back foot straight back. Go check the other tutorials on our channel. Yee!